Check this out. A rare sight lit up the sky over the Houston area over the weekend in broad daylight. As you could see in these videos, NASA has confirmed a meteor the size of a small boulder streaked across our region before breaking apart, creating loud booms heard by so many people. One Spring area woman even says a piece of it crashed through her home. Now, experts say that moments like these can help us better understand just what is flying through space. So let's get some answers. Joining us now is Dr. Carolyn Sumners with the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Doctor, thank you for being with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, it looks like you're probably
rocking New York.
I know, right? Are you a little excited about this? What exactly did people see and hear when this meteor came through?
Well, it's often called a bolide, but it's a meteorite when it hits. It's a meteor when it gets in the atmosphere. It was a meteoroid when it was way out there, and it's a meteorite when it hits. Usually when they bring it to us, it's a meteor wrong. They're hard to identify.
I mean, very well said, right? I mean, because we really don't want these crashing into homes.
Right, and they don't very often. But a lot of things act like one. In other words, you find something strange in your yard and go, oh, well, it must be a meteorite. Usually it's your neighbors, who knows. But anyway, a meteor, this is a sample of a meteorite. This is not like hers because this one is iron. It would do a little more damage. But you can touch it. We have all kinds of meteorites here, and they're all designed to be touched. So if you want to touch a piece of Mars or a piece of Vesta asteroid or a piece of the moon, we have them actually on display and you can touch them. What's cool about hers, if you look at the picture, is she's got the fusion crust, that black crust that forms only as the meteor comes through, and usually by the time we get anything, it's a real meteorite that's gone. But she's got a fusion crust, a meteor that Armand Iramadegui, long ago, collected for the museum, has that crust that's formed as the meteor goes through the atmosphere before it hits. I looked up how big they have to be to do damage, and found out some interesting things. If a meteor is the size of a microwave, it probably, when it's way up in space, it probably won't ever make it to the surface. But if it's the size of a car, we might get one of those per decade. So that shows how rare the one falling through the house was. Most things just don't make it very far in our atmosphere.
Okay, because they usually burn up, but in a case like this, it's broken apart, right? So if you had one the size of a car, it might break up into these pieces that could be chunks like the one that we found, right?
Yeah, it could destroy your mailbox if you had one the size of a car.
I would think so.
or a little hole in your ceiling. I mean, it doesn't do much damage. It takes a lot. You know, if you look at all of the NASA things about heat shields on your spacecraft before you come home, and all the tiles and everything, that's because we don't want things to burn up in the atmosphere. But unprotected, like a rock is, it's going to get very damaged by the atmosphere.
Okay, so tell us about the science behind what type of rock this is. You just mentioned that that some are iron, others can. I mean, how can we tell if it is a real meteorite? And then by studying it, what do you find about where it came from?
Well, we can first of all tell where something comes from by this chemical composition, about what's really it's made of. Because a lunar meteorite that fell off, that got knocked off the moon and shows up here. And they're probably fell thousands of years ago, but we collect them. We can tell by the chemical composition of them. The one meteorite we have on that you can touch that came from Mars has the chemical composition in its little inclusions that matches the atmosphere of Mars. So that was very cool. And we even have one meteorite that came from a big asteroid called Vesta. This one probably is a stony. Meteorites that we find tend to be stony because most rocks that come through are stones. But the ones that were once the center of a much bigger object made of iron, like this guy, this is from the Barringer Meteor Crater in Arizona. These are rarer when they fall, but more common when they're found because iron is picked up by a metal detector.
Oh,
So easier.
okay. And so we can actually find its way back. So, I mean, as we wrap this up, because we're definitely looking forward to seeing the results of all of this, and hopefully NASA will share
Yes.
those. Why do you think moments like these capture so much attention?
It's somebody coming in from space. I mean, we sit here in our little bubble of our big atmosphere surrounding us, and we never know really, we can't touch what's beyond us. Very few of us will ever walk on the moon, no matter how great Artemis is. But if you come to the museum, you can touch rocks that are from far, far away and long, long ago. Many of these meteorites were not protected as they formed, and don't have years of wearing out, erosion, that kind of thing, like rocks do on Earth. So they tell us what the universe is like. We have one rock that's older than the Earth, and that's really
Wow.
cool.
Okay. I love your enthusiasm for this. Thank you, Dr. Sumners, for joining
Yeah.
us. And I hope we can touch base again with these visitors from somewhere else. It's pretty cool.
Come by and touch one.
We will. We will. All right. Thanks for
Okay.
the invite. Thank you, Doctor.
She's